Yo, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and this is the first video of 2025, boys. So I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas, and I hope you guys had a mint new year. So this video is going to be the start of the videos of 2025. So if you guys do go on to enjoy this and you want to make my year better this year, go down below, hit the like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But the main reason you guys clicked on this video is because you guys are wondering, big old question for controller players, boys. Is it linear or is it exponential? In this video, I'm going to be covering everything you guys need to know. So after this video is done, you guys will be able to make up your own mind. You don't need to search no more videos. This is going to be the be-all and end-all of videos. Make sure to stay tuned to the end and listen to the points. All right, boys, so I'm going to actually start off with linear. And, all right, boys, so just before I do get into it, I just want to make it known that I actually am an exponential player. So when I do speak about exponential, obviously that is my point of view and how I see it. Bearing in mind, I have played linear before, guys, so it's not like a biased commentary or anything like that, but I'm actually going to be telling you why you guys should switch to exponential. All right, guys, so moving on to linear, obviously, as you guys know, it's probably one of the most used input curves, but just because a lot of people use it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. Here's a few things to go over within linear that are superior. So before I get into the points, guys, I just want to say, obviously, a lot of controller pro players are on linear. Obviously, there is some on exponential as well, so that's just to bear in mind as well. So how I see linear is very much like a PC input. And I don't mean because people on PC play linear. I just mean if you want builds like a PC player on keyboard and mouse, then obviously linear is better for building. But in the background, guys, I'm actually showing you some free build clips right now of me just free building with exponential. This is me warming up. It's not like full potential or anything like that. This is just to show you what exponential could be like compared to linear. But yeah, I would definitely say it is a lot easier to master building on linear than it is exponential, just because you have that raw input. Just because you have that raw input curve, you know, everything that you do with your controller, you're kind of under control with linear, so it's very much easier to get. So it's very easy to get very good at building very quick. Obviously, there are some downsides to that. You know, everything's not always going to be the best. You know, you can't have the best editing, best building, everything on one input curve. Otherwise, Fortnite simply would not just add two different input curves. There's obviously benefits and disadvantages to both of them. So obviously, like I said, with linear, you actually get better. You actually get better building. Along with better builds in Fortnite with linear. Alongside with better building in Fortnite, you actually do get better aim at close range, guys, okay? I just want to tell you this. At close range, linear is better than exponential. But if you're good with a controller, then realistically, you should be hitting your shots up close anyway. So building's better, and aim up close is better on linear. Another thing to bear in mind as well with linear is, guys, is that there's no stick acceleration, okay? But obviously on exponential, naturally there is a bit of stick acceleration, guys. So obviously that is another thing to bear in mind with linear. And let's just go over, if we're talking like the top 1% of players, guys, if we're talking like the top 1% of players in Fortnite that are absolutely crazy, you know, like controller players, most of them do use linear. Obviously there is different pros that do use exponential, like Letchi and like Letchi, all people like that. You know, I could name every single one. I could name everyone on linear and I could name everyone on exponential, but this video is not just about who is playing it. It's all down to a personal preference. All right, boys. So obviously I have named the things with linear that you guys do get an advantage over compared to exponential. But now I'm going to go talking about my personal experience and how I feel with linear versus exponential. Exponential, yes, a lot of people do moan. It is very stiff. Why is it so stiff? But you can combat that with higher settings. Obviously, if you guys need some settings for exponential, I'll leave them down in the comments or down in the description if you guys want to go check them out. Because that's all I ever see people moan about is that, oh, Expo's very stiff. It doesn't feel like I could do this. Or, you know, your builds are going to be naturally a bit slower. But obviously, with time, practice and everything like that, you guys can reap the benefits from exponential and still play like a linear player. I mean, look in the background right now, guys. I've got some clips of me like free building or whatever I'm doing, maybe even box fights. I'm not sure what's going to be in the background, but it's going to kind of back up the claims that I'm going to tell you right now. Like I said, to combat everything, right? So before I said linear, the builds are better. Exponential, you can get them builds, but I would definitely say you are more precise with editing on exponential, and also you're a lot easier with piece control just because you have a lot more control over your aim. Like most people play on a low sense on linear because it is so kind of like twitchy, you know, you don't have to move your control that much to get that input, where exponential you can move your control like a little bit more and you can, I don't know, you just get the grasp of it better. You just feel more in control on exponential. It's hard to say. Obviously it does feel a lot stiffer, so that might be the reason why. But then obviously, like I said as well, with linear you get better aim up close with linear. Exponential is so much better for getting tags across the map. You know, if you just kind of, you see someone across the way and you had someone on exponential and you had someone on linear, the same play skill, but an exponential player and a linear player there, I guarantee you exponential aim from far away beats linear 9 times out of 10. So all you guys really have to decide, right, is do you want to be more of a flashy build, like creative build player? Because if so, I would choose linear. If not, if you just want to go and just do well generally in games, you know. So if you guys want to be like a creative demon, you know, like a phase sway or something like that, then I would honestly say go to linear because it's just easier to get to that kind of skill cap. than it is on exponential. Obviously, you can still get to it on exponential, but exponential is better in so many different ways. Like, I would say for the casual player or even someone that's good, like decent at the game, like I've always stuck on exponential, and I consider myself not very good at the game, but I'm good at the game, you know? I always hit, I'm real, and I'm always kind of winning most of my fights, and every time I play with people, I'm dropping 20, 30 bombs. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's not like you can't get to a certain skill cap on exponential. I just feel like it's easier for the average player to play exponential than it is linear. So like I said, if you want to be a creative demon, then I would obviously go for linear. Exponential, I would say if you guys want consistent aim and you just want that consistency overall. I mean, look at someone like Reet, you know, just for a prime example of someone that uses exponential. He's been dominating the competitive scene on controller for a long time now, and obviously if you guys watch his gameplay as well, he's not struggling in the building, he's not struggling in editing, he's not struggling with aim compared to other people that, like, if you get the average exponential player and the average linear player, in my personal opinion, I generally do think that exponential will beat it 9 times out of 10. And I'm not making this video, guys, to be like, listen, you have to change. I'm just telling you why you should change if you guys are struggling with this game right now. You know, if you're struggling hitting your shots, move to exponential. If you're struggling with your build, maybe try out linear, but I would just say you can get to that same kind of skill gap on exponential than you could on linear. So for everyone saying, you know, you need to go on linear to be the best player on a controller, you don't have to, guys. You don't have to. Like I said, it's all personal preference, you know. Fortnite wouldn't add 2 input curves if one didn't have rewards and the others did. They wouldn't add 2 input curves, guys, if one just dominates the other one. You know, there's obviously advantages to one to the other. So hopefully after this video, guys, you guys can now make it a decision why I reckon personally, if you are struggling, I'd switch to exponential. Like I said, guys, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like. First video of 2025, baby. Let's get it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.